What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another video. Massive close-up. I hope I don't scare you guys. Alright, so there's no Street Fighter Duel, no other video on here that's a video game. This is just more of a piece that I had on my mind and I wanted to just express with you guys. This is going to come down to two things that I want to talk about. And number one, bruised and fragile egos. And I'll get to that and what I mean by that shortly. And also the animosity and negativity that has just been surrounding our culture and our society, and how it was being replicated and shown in Street Fighter Duel and other formats such as just YouTube in general, right? So let's start off with content creators, because I feel like that's been a hot topic. As a content creator myself, and as someone who doesn't do this for a living, it's a lot easier for me to step back and be impartial. And what I mean by that is just like, if I see things that annoy me, I'll call it out, I'll entertain it. At the end of the day, you're probably gonna get blocked. I don't want to deal with it if you're gonna keep pushing, right? But there's always good conversation back and forth that can be critical and help you grow as an individual, me included, right? And a lot of you guys have done that. Some of you who have criticized me for certain things and you haven't been banned, because I take the criticism and I'll run with it and I'll say, you know what, they have a good point. I'm gonna try to do something about it. There's been things I handled really poorly, right? So some people who came after me for specific things, I responded, which I shouldn't have. It's clout. They're looking for clout, and this is gonna fall under all content creator umbrella. There's other content creators who obviously have had animosity amongst each other in our culture, rightfully so. But I never, and some of these guys, this is a living for them, right? So I don't know whether that animosity is something that will ever be squashed, because egos are involved, people were hurt. But at the same time, I'm hoping that they can see each other as human beings and just get past it, right? I'm not singling anybody out. There's a lot of animosity. It's not specifically anybody that you know or I know, etc. It's just a general, again, just a general thing. That's like, people look up to content creators for many reasons. Number one, we do what a lot of people want to do. This is a lot of people's dream, to be able to have the courage to go on a camera, talk about something you love, and have people view it and admire you for it, or care about what you have to say, right? A lot of people do want to do that. A lot of people are scared to do that. They don't have the confidence or the ability, or sometimes even the finances to build a PC with a camera, with a mic, and they look at us as a way of communicating their visions, their words out to the masses. Now that's where it gets a little bit sticky, right? You have to remember, as content creators, we are people, and people have egos. And this is where I was getting at, right? And when you bruise an ego of a content creator, sometimes there can be ramifications, okay? And this goes also for the viewers. When you bruise an ego for anybody, usually somebody will react, especially if it's a fragile ego. Now, personally, I have done this. As you guys may know, the infamous Reddit posts that have come up, I haven't responded to those. I'm not planning to. It is what it is. I responded to the first one because it was civil. I knew the person who was continuously putting these out before this game ever came out, and they've used me as a martyr, and that's fine. It is what it is. Rokage's covered it, Hazing's covered it, Marky Mark has covered it, everybody's covered it. One thing I refuse to do, though, is cross that line. Because the moment you cross that line, you're giving that person what they want. That person who created this has a fragile ego. They want the content creator to be their voice box, and if not, they want them to be the martyr. So essentially give up everything because I believe you should, because you're doing what I believe is the right. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. And this goes for the content creators as well. Like, the drama amongst each other needs to stop. Like, it's one of those things where, like, it will not improve the community in any way. And it sucks because there's been so many times in my head I was like, man, I can't wait to do a podcast with all these guys, or have like a collaboration with some of these guys. And all I'm seeing now is just like ego. I know the game better than you, or you don't know what you're talking about, or you know what I mean? And it sucks because at the end of the day, we're all humans, content creator or not. And I was hoping a lot of us could collectively come together. Now, I want to apologize as well, because I had an altercation with one of these content creators, and we squashed it in DMs. Everything was good amongst each other. Nothing was needed to be said outside of that, and that's how I prefer to handle it. And there's others that have created videos, and you know what? For a living, that's what you're going to do, because it brings in viewers and it's entertainment, right? But where you got to be careful with your ego, especially, is when you cross the line or when it forces you to cross the line. So let's take another easy example of a bruised ego. Somebody messaged me being like, hey, I lost in this PvP match because I don't have this character. So I'm going to go ham and buy this character, max out, just so I can get first place again and people can notice me in first place. I mean, let's do the math here, right? 50 more gems, 2 or 3 people talking about you versus $1,500 on a character that will be most likely power crept later on. I'm not talking about Akuma. This is just a general example, right? It's those kind of things that the companies know about people and will take advantage of them for that. So please control that ego. Control it. Like, from a viewer perspective also, understand it's not easy. Sorry, from a player perspective, understand it's not easy to just be patient. I know we as players are so used to getting what we want when we want in single player games, multiplayer games, and it's gacha games are built different. They're meant to take advantage of those egos and the lack of confidence or the low self-esteem of people and prey on them, right? So just be careful with your ego. And I'm bringing this up. I'm using the word ego a lot because it's, quite frankly, it's what it is. Now, I want to go back to something else that I talked about earlier, and that's the viewers. I love you guys. There's no doubt about it. You know, I spend a lot of my time creating content for you, and I spend a lot of my time commenting and conversing with you guys through the comment section. Almost everybody gets something back from me. And I always say, you get the energy you give right back. If you're negative, you're going to get negativity. If you're trying to be an ass, you're going to get an asshole response. I'm a nice guy, but everyone's got two sides of every coin, right? I mean, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of scenario. Like, if you are looking to pick a fight, you're going to get a fight back. Now, it's not always going to be that way because, quite frankly, it's me times, me with talking with hundreds of people. So sometimes I won't have the time or the energy to deal with it. But for the most part, even if you're just trying to troll, you'll get a response back to a certain extent. So for the viewers who are watching, if you are looking to pick a fight, try to defame, try to put down the content creators, understand, for me personally, you're going to get a response once or twice, and then you're banned, because at the end of the day, I do this for fun. This is not something for me to have a headache. I don't look for the drama, but and I know some of you guys are like, Payne, why are you bringing this up? It is what it is, but it's just on my mind. I want to talk about it, right? So for your egos, just remember, you're trying to get clout because you're lacking self-esteem. If you really need to go on your keyboard and talk shit about somebody who is trying to help the community and uplift, just because you don't agree with something, there's a way to approach it. Approach it in the sense of with a matter of respect, at least, right? Because I give you that respect from the forefront. I give you content, I give you respect, I tell you guys how much I love you, and I show it through my hard work. Like some of these videos that I do that are like obscenely long, I barely sometimes get enough views to make it worth my real life. Do you understand? My time is worth money, way more than what I put into what I do right now. So like, it's a passion, right? It's a passion, and it's an exercise of humility for me, and it's an exercise of community and companionship and just trust amongst us and respect at the end of the day, because I'm giving you guys the respect you deserve by giving you the content I hope you deserve and want. So as a viewer, please keep in mind, not that I have a fragile ego. I understand what I have. I know who I am as a person, but sometimes my ego does get hurt. And that fragility will cause me to either ban you or not want to talk to you, and I don't want to deal with it. But if you come out of a place of respect rather than just straight animosity and hate, you'll usually get a response back if it's just a critical message. If you're just trying to criticize me for something and you present it in a way that's respectful, I'll take it and I'll be like, yo, this person's right, or you know what, you're wrong, and I'll tell you why, in my opinion, and then we can, as individuals and humans, respectfully debate on a comment section. Anyways, guys, I guess the point here is content creator, viewer, player, control your egos. That's the main thing. I don't want you guys to feel like you can't talk shit about me if it's, again, in a respectful manner or a playful manner. But and this goes for the other content creators. Please have a little more respect. Like, these guys put their life in front of you, right? They put their time in front of you, and they create content for you to entertain you. If you have nothing to watch on TV and you're on YouTube and you're spending your time watching us, it means you care about something that we have to say, And we're taking the time to present that to you. Trust me when I tell you this, we are not making a lot of money. I'm not making enough money to make this as a career. I can't justify myself sitting here every day doing these amount of videos for money. It will never be the case. It's out of passion, it's out of love, it's out of respect for the community. So, anyways, I'm just rambling at this point because I just wanted to get this off my chest. So for those who took the time to watch this, thank you. For those who did not, don't worry about it. Catch you on the next one. This is Payne. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk on the next video. Take care.